All right. Hey guys, it's Colin for Collie with Seduce here, and welcome to tonight's stream. Joining us tonight, we have Sammy from Built to Thrill in your top right. In the bottom left, we have Ace, who I'm sure you all know. In the bottom right, we have Tom from Tom's Tracks 99, and joining us shortly is Jack from Theme Park Picks 55. If you guys have anything you want to say to introduce yourselves, go right ahead.
How you doing, guys?
What's up,
Go ahead.
guys? Sammy, you know me.
You also know me. Hopefully I'll be more active this year on my Coaster Instagram. It's a goal for me to be more active on there, so stay tuned.
How you doing? World renowned, of course. You can call me Mr. Car.
All right, Mr. Ka.
Thank you.
So we have a lot of stuff going on in the chat. Welcome everyone. I know everyone's very excited. Tomorrow is, of course, opening day. It feels pretty crazy to say that. I don't know about you guys, but the off season went ridiculously fast. It felt like it didn't even happen. Time has been going fast as it is. Of course, a lot of life events and whatnot. But I know the weather isn't looking too great. Actually, let me pull it up right now to see how
I'm
we're
on
looking.
it, and for anyone curious, Great Adventure tends to favor using WeatherBug. That's what I always use. This isn't a sponsorship or anything, but this is what the
Then
park
let me
bases
look
their
at that.
decisions off of. I will pull up the hourly for Jackson.
All right, I'm going to put it on the stream now just so we can take a look at it all together here. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go.
Someone's saying a tornado went through where the Great Adventure is now.
Really?
I don't know. I feel like I would have heard about that. And I'm on like all the Jackson Facebook pages, and it definitely would have been on there.
All right, this is very difficult to interpret. All right, so the rain is very minimal throughout the whole day. Like it's present, but it's not a lot. And I know looking on my phone from Apple's weather app, the precipitation level is very little, like not even an inch. So
That's definitely not legible at all.
what
But
this?
no, me holding my phone up as
Oh.
if that'll help. But it never gets higher than like 30% until the hour of 4 o'clock, where there's a 70% chance. But then by 5 to 7, it dips down to 0. So interpret that how you will.
Our biggest issue, though, is going to be wind. You can see throughout the entire day, wind is very high, sitting around 20 miles an hour with even higher gusts. That is a pretty big concern, especially for rides like King Ka. So it's very possible that King Ka may not operate tomorrow due to weather, because rain and wind really don't create a good combination for that ride. And truly, I don't know that they would keep Zoom and Jaro open if they don't have Ka open. I mean, from what I know, typically they usually don't do that. If Ka's closed, usually Zoom and Jaro is closed too, unless it's like a temporary thing. But I don't know about those two rides. I think everything else should be good, though, in terms of things that should be open.
We usually tend to look out, too.
Yeah, I mean, it usually winds up working out and everything's open. I definitely don't think they're going to close the park or anything tomorrow. The weather's not that bad. Like the rain is minimal, and then it's just wind, and you can deal with wind. But tomorrow's going to be nice and warm, so rides like Jersey Devil will be running great. Of course, not including the wind. But
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was going to say that you took the words out of my mouth. One of the positives out of it, and I've been seeing it for like 1 week straight, and y'all have seen it too. It's 70, between 69 and 75 we've seen. That's the highest that the forecast has been since last week. So that's one of the benefactors. It's going to be 70.
I've seen 72 for tomorrow.
Good.
Throughout the day.
One thing I've
spiking
learned
up and down. Looks like it's hovering around 70 high right now. Definitely for me, definitely a short stay.
Working the park, I learned Great Adventure is its own weather bubble, so literally anything can happen. Worst case scenario, it's a little rainy for parts of the day, and we just focus on the indoor stuff like Skull Mountain and Justice League, and then at best we don't have to worry about anything. So it could go either way.
I do want to add real quick, if you guys have any questions, throw them down in the chat, and we'll get to them once we finish our quick discussion here.
That's a great idea for tomorrow. I was cogitating that earlier because I got some work to do, and I made some appointments. So yes, that is a great idea to make it a short day. I anticipate being there no later than 3 or 4 because I got appointments probably in the evening. You know how the traffic is just really horrible, and it deteriorates as the day goes on between New York and New Jersey. Y'all already know that it's horrible because y'all all drive, especially you now, Colin, and then make the big day on Sunday because it looks like Sunday is going to be nice conditions.
I don't know about
anticipate staying all day, both days, personally, but
Yeah.
I don't know about shorts tomorrow with the wind though. That's the only
Me
thing in the rain. That's why I'm kind of hesitant on it, even though I want to.
I was struggling to wear pants today, so I think I'll be fine tomorrow with shorts.
Yeah, you won't freeze with 70.
But something I do want to show really quickly. I don't know how active you guys are on other well, I know we are, but you guys in the chat are on other social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram. But Great Adventures actually shared some really cool stuff over on those profiles. So we're going to take a look at that real quick. Right here, we have the Great Adventure Garden, also known as the Arboretum. I hope I'm saying that right. That's what's on the map. And this actually looks really, really nice. I knew they were doing something over here with regards to like a garden or something along those lines, but this looks incredible. I mean, they really went all out with this, and it looks so nice. You got fresh, I guess maybe gravel or stone dust, is kind of hard to tell, and absolutely tons of plants. It looks like all of them are labeled too. You can see in the pictures there's little gray plackets around all the different paths and everything with the trees. I'm really excited to check this out because it looks super cool, and it looks like they just went all out. I'm really, really just over the moon about this. What do you guys think?
I'm really glad they kept all the trees from the haunted forest. That was my big concern when I heard that they were redoing this area. So I'm glad they kept those 8 trees up, and you can kind of see it's in that picture right there. Actually, that's one of them. But yeah, it looks super nice, and I'm really excited to take a look at it. And if this is how their beautification plan is, I'm excited to see what else they have in store.
Yeah, it's exquisite. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of like well, it doesn't remind me personally because I wasn't alive, but I know there was a botanical garden in this area in the mid 80s up until they built Autobahn. So it looks a lot like that, and it falls perfectly in plan with the beautification ideas of the park. I really like it. I hope they give the other areas of the park this same kind of love because it looks great. I can't wait to see it in person.
I know the majority of us here are way too young to have actually experienced this, but this kind of gives me Garden of Marvel vibes. This is something they had way back in the day when the park first opened. Obviously, there's no Marvels per se, but it's kind of a similar setup to that. And I feel like maybe this could be the start of them bringing back the Garden of Marvels for the 50th anniversary. I think that'd be really cool. And they could really be cool too to see them like expand this maybe to the other side of the path as well and add in Great Adventure memorabilia and make it kind of like a historical thing. I think that'd be really cool. And now we're going to shift over to their Facebook page where they also shared something. I don't know if you guys saw this yet. Probably not because they just posted it. But we have a look at the Wicked Saloon, which is a new, I guess, seating area or redone sort of whatever you want to call it.
Looks like a bar, like a patio for a bar. Exactly. I actually didn't see this at all. So, yeah, that looks good.
It looks really nice.
So I'm assuming now, like I was trying to figure out to myself where they're actually going to have the park boundary. So my guess is that they're going to have it closed off of Plaza del Carnaval, obviously. But I'm also intrigued because Tango was approved for operation this year. So I don't think they're really going to have Tango open with no Toro because it just doesn't make sense to have people walk all the way over there for that. And then with Frontier Adventures, I'm guessing they're going to have it closed off right at the barrier where Bugs Bunny National Park is. Because they'll probably get a lot of crap from people if they don't have Bugs Bunny National Park open. So I think they'll have that part open and have this whole area open with Wicked Saloon and Primo's. And I think it's the Funnel Cake Factory over there. I don't remember what they call it anymore. As well as the new walkway shop. And, of course, Wild Walkway to get over to Golden Kingdom. But I think that's kind of where the park will end over there. But this is honestly very surprising. I think it looks great. We also have a new, the final member of the stream tonight. Jack is joining us. Welcome, Jack.
Hello.
Jack, you probably didn't get to see this yet. This is Wicked Saloon, which the park posted a preview of on their Facebook page.
Ah, nice.
It looks like they're reusing the name because I think if you see over the two cans in the left corner, I think that was called.
Yeah, it was always Wicked Saloon.
Okay, yeah, so they are recycling that, so that's kind of cool.
I think it was always Wicked Saloon. It was just a very small little bar, but all this outdoor seating is definitely completely new.
Oh, yeah, this is all new. And they also, you can see in the top picture up to the top right, they added some string lights too, kind of like what they have in Plaza del Carnaval. I'm hoping these ones aren't multicolor. I think it'd be cool if they're like a yellow or orangish color That way it fit perfectly with the theme of Wicked Saloon. But this actually looks really cool. I think they kept the theme flowing through the whole design of this really well. I'm very surprised at how nice this looks. Especially considering we weren't really expecting much to happen on opening day, but it looks like we're going to see a lot of new cool things. And now I do want to talk about what will and won't be open, because I know I've posted a lot of videos lately because I just wanted to share all the news I could with you guys. And you may not have watched all of them. Quite frankly, I don't blame you. But there's a lot of rides that will be open and also a lot of rides that won't be open. Frontier Adventures will not be open. Medusa, Mine Train, possibly Skyway. I'm not 100% on Skyway, but definitely Medusa and Mine Train will not be open. El Toro obviously will not be open. Log Flume and Congo Rapids, of course, will not be open. And King Ka, last we checked, has not been approved by the state of New Jersey, but I'm assuming it's very likely that it was approved during this week. And that list only updates every Monday. So that's why we can't find out for sure if it was approved. But I've heard from many people they've seen it testing and it's staffed ready to go for tomorrow. So I don't see why it wouldn't be open tomorrow. Same with Zumanjaro. I see that being open. And everything else in the park should be open. Maybe not everything running at full capacity. I saw someone mention Nitro with its 2 blue trains in the chat. Nitro may not be running all trains. It may only be running 1 or 2 trains, probably 2 trains. If I had to guess, they're not going to run the train that hasn't been painted yet, unless in the meantime they were able to paint it from when I had the drone over there to
Remember,
now.
there's 4 trains, so one of them could have been painted in the shop while those 3 trains were in storage.
Well, I would think that the 3 trains they have on the track right now are probably the 3 trains they're going to run this year. If they had it, that's like, that quickly between opening day and then, I don't think they would be switching them out. But Nitro, definitely look for those blue trains. I know that's something I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye out for. And Green Lantern, I saw that in the chat. Green Lantern should be open. It is approved, so I don't see why it wouldn't be open. I know on the app and on the website, there's a couple weird things where certain rides are marked as closed that shouldn't be marked as closed. I think those are just temporary mistakes because they don't have a PR person assigned directly to the park at the moment. So they're kind of working based off other people from different parks. So there's kind of a little bit of issues there, but I'm sure they'll all be resolved. And something else I'm sure you guys probably saw, I know I saw it. I got a notification the other day from the Six Flags app telling me that they weren't able to finish my order or something. And I opened it. It was like an order of like burgers or something. I don't even know. I think they were just testing mobile food ordering. So mobile food ordering should be working on opening day, which is always nice. It's always like kind of iffy throughout the year. Sometimes it's working everywhere. Sometimes it's working nowhere. So it looks like we might be getting that in full force on opening day.
I saw someone got a notification that their order was ready. This was on the connoisseurs page. So someone was able, well, according to the app, their order at, I think it was Garden State Grill was ready. This was 2 days ago. Obviously, the park's not open, but that was pretty funny.
Another glitch I saw that a lot of people were pointing out is that according to the app, Great Adventure was open today. Obviously, it wasn't, but I'll actually pull it up right now. Yeah, you can see right there, barely. Hours were 8 to 8 today, apparently. That's probably just a bug.
Man,
it's
I
not
wish.
actually open today. I think they also have some ghost days. Yeah. So, like, oh, wait, no, that is actually a day. The spring break starts a little earlier than I remembered, but that obviously is not the case. So, what ride are you all excited to ride the most tomorrow or Sunday, whenever you're going?
Are you asking the chat or us?
No, you guys.
Oh, okay.
Go from Sammy to Tom to Jack to Ace.
Okay. I mean, Nitro's blue trains are going to be interesting, but I'm not expecting it to run any different unless we get that new train, which would be really cool if we can ride in the new train.
If we see a D train, we know it's the new train.
That is true. Otherwise, very excited for Ka. Always could use some Devil, so on and so forth.
I'm looking forward to everything, Zumanjaro especially, and hopefully we get back to Zumanjaro and King Ka duels, because I know that was relatively new. And so it's always fun to try and ride that, get the duel. But I'm actually really looking forward to Skull Mountain again for whatever reason. I love that back row. It'll just be nice to be back.
I'm really excited to just get on anything. I think probably Zumanjaro, since I haven't ridden that in so long. but maybe also King Ka, assuming it opens tomorrow. I think it will, based off of what we've seen. But yeah,
I do want to jump in real quick. If you guys in the chat want to answer this question too, go right ahead and we'll check it out too. Go ahead, Ace.
King Ka.
Personally, I am definitely most excited for Zumanjaro. That's why I'm really hoping it's open this weekend. I think it will be. It's just been so long since I've ridden Zumanjaro. I want to say it was Thrillathon was the last time we all got to ride it.
That sounds right.
A long time ago.
We rode it like 2 or 3 times, didn't we?
Yeah, we rode it a few times.
I made sure of that. I was like, no, we got to do this multiple times. We walked all the way back there to do it.
That's my mindset when I go to ride Zumanjaro, because I walk all the way down there. I'm not just going to ride it once or twice. I got to give it a few rides. And it never has a line.
I have to say, even I don't care to be similar to the Mr. Zoo. That would happen to be John Gray. I don't care if I have to ride it 6 or 7 times. I like it, especially when it's dueling with car. It's pretty cool.
Right.
So yeah, I love riding it multiple times now.
All right, let's see what you guys in the chat have to say about what rides you're most excited for. Let's see. I'm seeing Superman, Nitro, Devil. Lots of Devil and Nitro. Houdinis. Oh, you know,
yeah,
I didn't think about Houdinis. I hope it's open because it is approved on the state website. So that doesn't mean it's going to be open, but it's definitely approved. So I guess we'll see.
I think that's another thing we haven't ridden since Thrillathon, because I know we got the tour. Maybe we rode it once.
I think so.
Like, yeah.
We did
yeah,
ride
that's
it.
definitely a ride that's open very sporadically throughout the season. So who knows? I feel like that's a ride that maybe during the early part staffing might affect.
Yeah. During Thrillathon, remember, we did the tour first, and then obviously we finished off by all of us going into one ride together.
Yeah.
Right. All right. I'm seeing a couple questions about ride openings, so I'm going to answer those really quickly before I lose them in here. Will the Sky Ride be open? I can't give a definite answer on that because I have heard that Skyway's closed, but it's possible that they're going to run the side by Skull Mountain in the lakefront and then have it do a round trip and close the Frontier Adventures part, since Frontier Adventures technically won't be open. But I would lean more towards maybe it won't be open, especially with the wind tomorrow. That ride's pretty sensitive to wind, just like King Ka. So I'm not too sure
as well.
Yeah, Sky Screamer too. And even Devil sometimes, depending on how it's running, it can definitely have issues with wind because of how slow it can run sometimes. But I think it'll be fine since they've cycled it so many times. And will Batman be open? I can say with like 99% certainty that Batman will be open. It's approved. As far as I know, it's staffed for tomorrow, so there's no reason it won't be open. There's another one. Will Zumanjaro be open? It's approved. I don't know if it's definitely going to be open. I would assume it's open at some point during the weekend, weather pending, of course. And Medusa will not be open until Memorial Day weekend, along with Log Flume and Runaway Mine Train.
Very sad.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. I'm missing Mine Train, but oh well. Since we just talked a lot about Great Adventure, I'm going to let you guys send in any questions you have about Great Adventure. Even if you guys want me to like cover something specific tomorrow when we're at the park, send it in now and I'll take a look at it in a little bit. What I do want to talk about is Top Thrill Dragster, because there was recently a bit of an excitement about something that was spotted from Dragster, which we have a question here from Brian about it, where there was a giant triangular, it looked like a footer in the ground. And I'm going to let Jack and Sammy take over because I think you guys know a little bit more about this than I do, but it's not what people think it is.
Yeah,
it's... there you go.
Basically, in the initial photo, they had put a triangular section of metal around both a part of the dirt and into the river that's between like Iron Dragon and Rougarou. And
the term is capillary dam.
Yes.
I think that's what it is.
It's a dam just to keep the water out, because in the most recent photo we were able to see that they filled it with dirt and they also put wood planks over it. So I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of maintenance path to get between that side and over by Rougarou, because currently it's a little bit of a walk to get around there, just because there's water between there. So it's probably just maintenance improvements.
I
But
wouldn't put out of the question putting like a big footer there. Right now, it's more to get the water out because there's a lot of water there, and
yes,
you cannot have a big structure sinking into the ground.
yes, I think there's definitely a possibility that we could see a footer going there. Definitely not as big as that entire area, just because you can't put a footer directly next to the water like that. But it's possible we could see a pretty big footer back there for a spike. I would definitely like to see that, and I think that's really the only logical place for any addition to Top Thrill Dragster. So we'll have to see what happens. I have a feeling in the next couple of days or weeks we'll see even more happen, because there's a giant crane sitting right there, which wouldn't be there unless they needed to do some more work than just putting a pathway in.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think they would do all that just for a path. They're definitely doing something.
Yeah.
But there is a physical permit for a path.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know that the spike is necessarily going to take the height record or anything crazy like that. I'd say it's probably going to be between the 300 and 400 foot range. That's personally my guess. I think it'd be really stupid if they made like a giant 500-foot twist and then it like totally screws up the skyline and makes it look kind of dumb. I don't think that would be smart, but
I'd rather them do a twisted spike than a.
I think a twisted spike would be better just to pay homage to Wicked Twister and that it's different than just a straight up spike. I mean, personally, I would rather them go the icebreaker approach and make it go beyond 90. But I know with the height, that's just not practical. But I think those spikes are way better. And the only 90-degree spikes that I think are like really good are the ones on the Mr. Freeze coasters. Since you get launched vertically forwards and backwards, that like adds a whole different element to it. So those are definitely my favorite spikes. But I think a twisted or whatever you want to call it one would be good on Dragster.
Yeah.
Got another question from Brian here. With Universal building a kids park in Texas, thoughts on the proposal and chances of maybe one coming to the Northeast area? Also, Peppa Pig Land in Texas, same question. All right, so I actually just watched a video that heavily went over this, and I think Universal's plan, if it winds up working, is pretty genius. So Disney attracts such a large audience to both their Orlando and Anaheim locations because kids have such a attachment to the Disney IP characters. They all love Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, and now all the Marvel characters and Star Wars characters, and even the adults too. They have a massive attachment to Disney's IP. Universal, on the other hand, they don't have the same attachment to kids, younger kids that are all going to Disney World. So the problem Universal has is that they can't take that market share away from Disney because those kids are all going to Disney because they like that IP. So what I think Universal's plan here is this is just a test in Texas. They're just going to see how this all winds up going. I think their plan is to plant the seed of all these Universal IPs and get kids to really love them. And then eventually, when they get older and they outgrow the family-oriented parks, their parents will take them to the Orlando and Hollywood locations. And then as opposed to going to the Disney parks, they will be going to those parks. So I think that's probably what they're trying to do here. The Peppa Pig parks, I don't really know what their plan is there. They have no correlation to any other North American theme park chains. I think they're technically Merlin. I don't know exactly who they are, but they're not tied to SeaWorld or Cedar Fair or Six Flags or anything. So I think they're just kind of random. But I think Universal is definitely planting a seed, and this is going to be a giant test for them. All right. I'm going to skip that one. Here's a good one. Will anyone miss the Six Flags photos this year? So for those of you who don't know, because like I said, I made a lot of videos and a lot of the information was spread out across them. Six Flags photos seems to be done this year in terms of on-ride photos. On-ride photos have been removed from King Ka, El Toro, Nitro, and they're supposed to be removed from Green Lantern. They just made a little mistake on the map, but they're done. And I think the reason for this is because they just aren't profitable anymore. People would much rather use their phones to take pictures of each other at the parks as opposed to paying for an on-ride photo because quite frankly, it's a hassle, especially if you have the all-season photo pass. It's a total pain to get the photos onto your pass because you can't just go up to the kiosk at the ride. You have to go to the front of the park, memorize your times, memorize your seating, and then tell them and then get your pass scanned. It wasn't fun. It was cool to have the pictures, but it was a pain. So at the end of the day, I don't think they were making much of a profit on it, and I think they decided to pull the plug. I think it's the best decision. What do you guys think?
My thing is, I'm curious if they might end up doing the Batman like ride camera thing, like and implementing something like that maybe next year, or maybe they'll bring it back for the 50th, kind of like we're gonna take this away from you and then we'll give it back because we know you're all gonna miss it, even though nobody used it. But it kind of sucks because it was a cool feature. Like, how many people get to say I have a photo of me on a roller coaster? Like, I think it's still pretty cool, but it is a hassle, and I could see why they didn't get anything from it.
Yeah, no doubt it can be a hassle. I'll personally miss it, Colin. I love when you intercut the ride photos into the videos.
Yeah.
I always tried to make some sort of stupid pose, knowing that it'd probably wind up in a video. But my question is, how are they going to give the cost of the photo pass back to members who have it as a yearly option? Because I don't know if you still have it or if it's something that you buy per season.
It's something you buy per season.
Okay, good. Because I didn't know if it was like food where it was it was baked into your monthly cost for the memberships. But that's good to know. So I'll kill that conversation because it's not relevant. But I'll miss it. It's kind of like a fun novelty, but like you said, they didn't really do enough to modernize or streamline the way you have access to those photos. It definitely could have been made smoother, and I think by them not doing that, it only got rid of it quicker.
Yeah, I think that they could. There's a lot of ways they could improve the system currently, even just by adding more of those little kiosks and making sure they're functional. Because at the Cedar Fair parks, they have them. They're not the greatest in terms of like getting your photos, but it's a lot better than waiting in a long line or checking on your phone and then having to go to the booth at the main of the park at the end of the day and like collect all your photos. But ideally, if they really wanted to modernize it, they would. They seem to just have difficulties combining multiple systems in any capacity at the park. Like linking your photo pass to your actual Six Flags account has never happened. It's always technically like another account for your Six Flags photos, but then your Six Flags season photo pass couldn't be linked to the mobile phone photo application from just last year, which was a little bit annoying because you were supposed to be able to link them all. And I think the best way to do this is, they're not going to do this, but if they went a Disney route where it was just you have screens with all the photos and then everyone can just scan their pass at the screen that has their photo on it and it just links to their account. But I don't think that they have the infrastructure for that, and I don't think that they will anytime soon.
I agree. I think Disney by far has the best system down pat, but you can't have a park chain like Six Flags replicate it because Disney has dumped tons of money into it, and it is a moneymaker, but it wouldn't have the same effect as Six Flags.
Disney has put it to the point where they can they have sensors on the rides that track when your Magic Band is on the ride, and it'll just put the photos into your account automatically. Same if you have like your phone enabled with Bluetooth on the app, it can track when you went on a ride and just find your ride photos for you, which is just amazing.
Yeah, that's wild. Ace, what do you think? Pass? Okay.
Is he sleeping?
I don't know. Are
No,
you guys gonna...
no, I'm rusty because you skipped over me with the dragster, and I'm like falling asleep. I haven't spoken. You forgot me with a good question. I'm getting bored.
All right, what's your thoughts on Dragster then?
I was going to tell you, you're absolutely right. My source, I can't say his name, but my source told me exactly what you just said: 300 to 400 feet, no more than 400. So that's great news for car.
Right.
And this doesn't really pertain to me with the photos, so yeah. That's your department. I never really deal with photos. I see y'all do it, but I don't really do anything with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to visit tomorrow, even if it's raining? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately,
I see people in the comments. I'm going both days. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good idea to do half and half, partial days, as opposed to be there for 2 whole days.
Yeah, I feel like we won't end up actually being there till close tomorrow, especially with thunderstorms starting at the end of the day.
It just depends on the weather.
Yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Usually when there's big rain, I've had a lot of days where I've gone to the park and no one comes, and just like it shows up as a completely dead day. All the rides end up being open, and it's great.
Right. Well, the next question we have here, do you think the blue trains on Nitro will be running tomorrow? I think they will. I don't see why they won't.
How many Nitro trains are blue? 2, right?
Well, last I saw,
well, that's
2.
good. So there's like a 2 out of 3 chance.
But that was still 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Saw, right?
Yeah, I think it was March 23rd. It was like a week after I got my license. I don't remember. Moving on. I'm just going to try to scroll past a lot of the stuff we already talked about and get down to some other questions we have here. Wow, lots of stuff in the chat. Imagine if Six Flags just opened parachute drops and said April Fools. That would be pretty messed up.
No, that would be funny. That would be awful, but it won't happen. I'm very sad to see the parachutes go, and I'm sure a lot of people are too.
Oh yeah. Although I was able to find out something else, and knowing what I know, this was probably the best choice they had. That's all I can say about that. But yeah, it's very sad to see it go.
Yeah. I'm just dying to see if they're going to take the whole structure down or add an observation tower. You never know.
I think it will be standing but not operating all year.
Oh, just for this year? Just for this year?
I think this year it will be standing but not operating.
Oh, because I just went to Coney Island, and I'll tell you one thing that's not going anywhere. That's their parachute jump tower. That's going to stay there forever.
Yeah.
Since the early 20th century.
Moving on. Honestly, how much longer will Skyway last?
Oh,
I
that's
think
a good
that
one.
will last a while because Great Adventure just keeps getting the parts from other rides of its type, and it just seems to keep it going and going and going. So I don't think they're really going to have an issue with that ride. I mean, long term they will eventually, but it's not as overly complicated as a ride like Parachutes where they need to get specific parts for it. It's probably not that difficult to manufacture parts they need for the Skyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
a lot of
true.
the new companies use that technology too, so it's not that complicated.
And Disney also has the Skyliner or whatever it's called that they opened recently. So these rides are definitely not all going defunct.
And the good news about that too, like you alluded to, don't forget, a lot of the Six Flags parks did have them, even Great American, especially over Georgia. Before you guys, they took it out 2 years before you guys got there. Yeah, and then they're using the parts because they just had the same exact sky ride they took out 2 or 3 years ago from over Georgia that Great Adventure uses.
Yeah, now they have all of those gondolas just sitting in the lot.
That's sad. That was a great ride in over Georgia because you went from the mountain, the lower part of the mountain to right near the front entrance. It was pretty cool. It was a really nice ride. Yeah, it's a terrible thing that they took it out.
Yeah. Right. All right, moving on. So you went to ride Airy Force today, Colin. How was it? I did not go to ride Airy Force today. I wish I did, but just the way it timed up with Great Adventure's opening weekend, and it was a little too early for my spring break, wasn't able to go. But Airy Force looks incredible. I hope everyone that was able to go down there today for opening day, media day, had a lot of fun. It looks incredible. We'll definitely get down there at some point this year because it looks like an absolutely awesome ride. RMC never misses, and this is just another winner RMC has created.
Yeah.
You excited for Airy Force?
You asked me?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Because I just told you and your dad that one of my trips is definitely going to, my Southeast trip is definitely because of that. Absolutely. Right in the dead smack middle of it between Florida and Georgia. Oh, man, I can't wait. I'm still contemplating, is this going to be like 1A to Wildcats events, man, those two RMCs are gonna be crazy. I'm looking forward
I
to
don't know.
both of them.
I think it's going to be tight between Airy Force and Wildcat. I think Airy Force may take the edge, but I plan on being at Wildcat's Revenge's opening day or media day if I get invited. So I'm definitely going to be there for that one.
That's going to be pretty cool. That's going to be really nice. I'm going to get on. I'm praying that the lines are not too long so I can get on at least 10 times or as much as I can get on it because I love
Airy
RMCs.
Force or Wildcat?
Both of them. I love RMCs. That's why Vengeance or Gwazi and Vengeance are the best. So yeah, I'm gonna be getting as much rides as possible.
All right, next up, let's see, lots of different things here. Try to scroll past them. I can't wait to meet my hero, Hollywood Studios, on opening day. He's the man who invented the wheel and built the Eiffel Tower out of metal and bronze. That's the kind of man he is. Hey, that's what you want to. If that's what you think,
Jangles has been watching some Anchorman.
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a good one to put it in that content stuff. Well, Colin is a throwback, so.
Oh, everyone, we got to stop for a second. We just got a super chat from John Joseph Gray IV. Set the paper to load in on my end. Thank you, John, for the super chat. So if Salim appears at the park, I definitely would like to talk to him about Casa Zoo Dueling. I think he doesn't comprehend that when they duel, it's a whole nother experience and brings in the GP. Well, John, what makes you think that he doesn't understand it? So I think they're still going to continue dueling Ka and Zumanjaro once they both open. I mean, I don't know if the park did anything to discontinue that per se.
I also don't know if it's Salim's decision per se.
Right.
I mean,
I'm sure Salim would definitely love to hear your feedback. He loves to talk to the park guests.
When both rides are open, they're dueling pretty consistently, and normally if they're not, it's because of weather or maintenance or something, and it's not like all the time. I don't know. It's a tricky one. It's definitely not on Salim, though.
But I mean, I would definitely still ask him, but if you could just elaborate a little more on what you mean, that'd be great. Next up, will Rita's still be at the park? No.
Yes.
Well, one will. One
will.
6 Below is a new ice cream brand that's replacing Rita's by Batman's First Drop across from Fatburger. And they're also adding a location to Boardwalk. We're going to, of course, when we're at the park tomorrow, stay tuned for a video. It will be titled Everything New at Six Flags Great Adventure in 2023. I made a very similar video last year for all the new changes in 2022. So I plan on making a very similar video this year, documenting all the changes happening this year. And I'm definitely curious to see what the whole Boardwalk situation is, as there's a new Boardwalk bar going in addition to the 6 Below ice cream parlor. And they also mentioned something called the Quick 6 Market in the press release that was sent out, I believe, 2 weeks ago. So I'm curious what that's all about, if it even exists. I guess
it's funny because when I worked at the park, back in the employee area, they had their own employee convenience store, which had chips and drinks and stuff that was basically at cost, so you weren't getting the theme park prices. And that was also called Quick 6. So I heard Quick 6, and I'm like, oh, that was the employee convenience store. But yeah, that should be interesting.
Oh, and Sammy, I forgot to mention this earlier in the stream. Someone wanted to know what video game you're playing in the background, but that's just your static wallpaper, right?
That's the Roku City right there.
That is actually, yes, that's just Roku.
That's Roku
but I was
City.
playing Planet Coaster in the very beginning.
Ah.
So they were right with the video game, but not anymore. But that's just Roku.
All right, let's see. Will Great Adventure get nightly fireworks for the 50th anniversary? I would like to see that, but I don't know if Six Flags will do that. They did do it at Fiesta Texas for a while. I don't know if they did it last year for their anniversary, but I think that would be excellent.
Yeah, it's just a very expensive thing. I mean, for example, at Disney, those shows are very different than what Great Adventure would do, but it's like over $20,000 a night on pyrotechnics are spent there. Jeez. And it's just crazy. Well, really more than that, but if you include like labor and stuff, but it's just a lot of money, and I don't think Great Adventures would do more than the maybe like 2 or 3 nights a year as they normally do.
Now I'm just gonna throw out this idea that just kind of like popped into my head. What if for the 50th, and if they had the money, and if this was Six Flags and they would do it, what if they did like some kind of cool like laser light show on the parachute tower?
That'd be cool.
Like
You
some
know,
kind
what-
of cool thing like that.
What I'd like to do on the parachute tower is what they did for like the first season or 2 of Holiday in the Park, where they had giant lights stringing down from it. And I think it'd be neat if, because it's not going to be open this Holiday in the Park, obviously, if they could maybe do that again, because it was really cool having that giant tree, but it only lasted for the first season.
Guys, I have to interject for a second. We have
Yes.
another super chat from John Joseph Gray IV. Thank you, John. So apparently last year, Ryan mentioned the reason why Ka and Zoo don't duel anymore, and that is because Saloon made that decision. I don't know if
That sounds
would
like
be-
classified information.
I don't know that Saloon would have made that decision per se. I don't know how Ryan found that out. But I mean, if you could explain like why you think Saloon may make that decision. I mean, I don't know why he would look that specifically, because I know Saloon isn't really a big rides guy. So if you like have a reason why you think maybe he did that, I would love to know. But yeah, I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, I know they got approval last season to do it, with like the new guardrails
Well,
above
that was
the
2021.
2021. But they were definitely doing it a little bit in 2022, I believe, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Let's see here. Will the rain make the ride shut down? Because I know that most don't shut down like a little bit of rain, but if it's like pouring, they might shut things down. At Great Adventure, and I'm sure we can all attest to this, they don't shut anything down until thunder and lightning come into the equation. You can ride King
For
Dakota
some rides.
pouring, raining, and it will still be open because I've done it plenty of times. Devil will be open no matter what in the rain. Same with Nitro; they'll all be open. But
Skull will only close for like acid rain, so that's also a thing.
Yeah.
Thunder, I think we can all agree though. Thunder and lightning's the only thing that shuts anything down really at that park.
Yeah, I've ridden King Dakota in the snow. Meanwhile, like a single drop of rain would shut Top Thrill Dragster down. So it's just, I guess it's just the operations.
Right.
Yeah, I've ridden every coaster in the rain, including Ka, and it feels like needles just hitting you right in the face. So yeah, drizzles and stuff like that.
Right.
So
Hold on, guys.
yeah.
We have another super chat. Thank you, Carlos Guzman, for the super chat. Do you think the parachute will get destroyed? I don't know how they're going to demolish it. Well, I don't know if they're going to demolish it. That's the thing. Because it's very possible that they could use it and take it and like retrofit it into like an observation tower. I believe Knott's Berry Farm did that with theirs, and that seemed to work pretty well, unless I'm mistaken there. But Six Flags over Texas, theirs, they just dragged it right on down. I don't think they can do that here, obviously, because there's a bunch of rides in the path, so they can't do that here. So I think it'd be best if they kept the tower up and found a way to reuse it.
Yeah, I
Texas Shootout.
Go ahead.
Texas Shootout. They demolished and detonated at the bottom, and it just fell.
Right.
I feel like there is not nearly enough of a safe path for that to fall.
No, not a Great Adventure.
No. See,
it was the Space Spiral.
Also at Knott's, it actually was an observation tower and parachute.
Wait, hold on, guys. Guys, we have a super chat.
Another super chat.
Thank you, John, for the super chat. We're going to skip down to that. So the reason why is
oh, that's a good one. I like the one. You gotta do that again. That was pretty cool. I like that. You gotta add
we hear the horn again.
Yep.
I like hit that horn. Hit that horn.
Okay.
Yeah, please. Nice. Do that from now on for the Joseph.
That is the Washington Capitals goal horn. If anyone,
that's a great goal horn. I'm all about the
beefy
horn.
Live. It is.
Beefy. It's pretty cool.
But the chat. Let's get to the chat.
So, I don't know if he would be in charge of picking that for like safety reasons though, because Salim runs the company from the financial perspective, which I know you know a lot about. I mean, if you know why, maybe he would like. What I'm curious from you is why you think he specifically targeted Zumanjaro and King Ka for safety reasons. Like, why would he be concerned about that specifically? If you could explain why you think that, I'd really appreciate it. Anyways, moving on. If I can find where we were at.
We were at the parachute.
We were at the parachutes. That's right.
Yeah, and there's no way.
That was another super chat, so we got to go back even more, I guess.
Right, I got to find where we were. That's the one thing that's a little difficult with the super chat. It's hard to find where I was. I think we weren't we at the we were here. We were at the rain.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't worry about rain. We should be fine as long as there's no
lightning or thunder. Yeah.
Thunder and lightning, exactly. Moving on, Ace looks like he is still at Holiday in the Park.
Yeah,
it does look like Holiday in the Park in there.
Yeah, it's Christmas all year round. Yeah, I got over 300 lights on my wall to my windows.
You guys should see the lights in the room I'm in.
Oh wow!
Well,
you should, yeah, wow.
No, I got in the other room over there. I got some pretty fun colored lights.
How many lights?
What?
How many?
Oh, they're like giant like theatrical light fixtures. They're like maybe 30 of them.
Yeah, I got 300. Yeah,
Oh,
I got
nice.
200 multicolored lights. And since I love blue so much, I got my third set was blue. So as you can see, a whole lot of blue.
That's
pretty much
nice.
going on around. Yeah, extra blue. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really uplifting. It's therapeutical. It's really nice. It's therapeutic.
All right, moving on. What's the difference if you go on Sunday? Probably be a little more crowded because the weather will be better.
Yeah.
And probably more things will be open since the weather will be better. But the only real difference is that you're missing the allure of going on opening day, I guess.
You'll want to use your skip the line passes if you still have them.
Probably.
Yeah.
Which reminds me and us, I guess, that, hey, we have skip the line passes. Let's go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have nothing to worry about.
Yep.
Why is Medusa not going to be open? They haven't given an official statement. I said this in today's video. Probably because of staffing. At least that's my best guess. That's the only thing that really makes sense.
I think they're adding the horse back. Yeah. That's what I think they're doing.
Why is what does the future of Six Flags look like? That's a topic for a full 11-minute video. I can't really go into that here, but I think it's kind of all over the place. I don't know if they have a dead set vision quite yet. I think they're just experimenting and seeing what sticks.
I'm more hopeful than in years past, though, which is good.
Yeah. I can't wait for the Collywood opening day meet-a-palooza. I also want to meet Brian and Ace. Okay.
What?
I didn't know there was a Collywood opening day meet-a-palooza, but
there's always one.
Maybe they'll hold hands. That would be funny, I think. Okay.
All right then, Jangles. You have some interesting comments tonight. What ride do you think after Nitro will get a repaint? I'm gonna say Green Lantern. Honestly, Green Lantern could really use one. I don't think they're gonna repaint Ka because that would be a giant undertaking. Joker's still new, so I think Green Lantern's next in line.
Someone mentioned Mine Train. That would be good.
Yes, I didn't even think about that. Mine Train would be good. But Green Lantern's looking really chalky, and I did hear rumors that they were getting ready to repaint it. It's next in line after Nitro, so I guess we'll see.
Keep the yellow loop then, or do you think it's just all going to be green?
I think they'll keep the yellow loop.
Maybe. I feel like they might just paint it green, because in the past, recently, any repaints they've done, they've just gone over the whole thing. Like, for example, Superman, they didn't go with the yellow rails. Although
True.
I kind of like the red and blue better, personally.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let's see. Where's this meetup palooza happening? I don't think it's happening. I don't want it to happen. But let's just say it's not. Hollywood meetup palooza extravaganza. That's like every big word you could think of, I guess, Jingles.
I think if you want to find Colin tomorrow, you gotta just hunt. Gotta look for him.
You have to be ferocious.
The first person to find Colin gets $20 tomorrow from Colin.
I never agreed to that one.
And a high five from Tom.
You get all of the super chat money. So, John, hopefully you can find Colin first.
Was there an update? What is going into the Boardwalk area? Nothing yet, but stay tuned for tomorrow where we will have an update compiled into one big video. Don't miss it. Here, there's going to be another bar on the Boardwalk. Yep, Boardwalk bar. Let's see. Will Great Adventure get a new ride next year? They better.
Yep.
If they don't, they've been doing a really good job at stringing people along into thinking they will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can recall my favorite scripture from Hollywood.
What is this?
Hey guys, it's Conf Hollywood Studios here. Oh, okay. We're just gonna not read the rest of that.
Yeah, let's move on.
This is the roller coaster connoisseur, though. Ace, is that right?
Oh, actually, let me see.
What? What is this?
Are you the ultimate?
Yeah, that's exactly what you say. The last line, but not the last thing. Of course, the last thing I'm not even going to repeat, but not including the last one. That's crazy. But of course, Ace is the ultimate coaster connoisseur. That's it. I'm not even paying mind to that the last thing with 316.
The Book of Wood. Isn't that your birthday?
No, that's not my birthday.
No, that's not. I'm not even going to mention it. But wow, the way it is, just seeing that next to 316. Wow, that's crazy.
All right, we're gonna move on from this. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Would you rather see Green Lantern go floorless or surf trains? I think floorless would be better.
Sound the alarm. Sound the alarm.
Wait, hold on. We have another super chat.
Thank you, John. It is the 4th for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Guys, it's the last one. But anyways, I noticed the other day you joined CJ Crazy Coaster Crew page. Welcome to the club. Thank you. I was invited to the Facebook page, so I figured I'd accept the invitation. So, yeah. Anyways, would you rather see Green Lantern go floorless or possible surf trains? I think floorless would be better because I don't think surf trains would work on Green Lantern. What do you guys think?
Why wouldn't they work?
Because it's a totally different train type. Probably puts more stress on the track. Green Lantern's just not built for that.
Hey, if they could, I'd rather see that.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, if they can do two across surf trains in places the 4 across ones, I think that'd be a lot better. And
he's just on every single.
What's the matter, Ace?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just have the game going at the same time.
Oh,
my team.
What game?
Yeah, Lakers are not doing well.
What game are you watching?
The freaking Minnesota team. They just scoring at will. I'm telling you, that team is pesky. That freaking Minnesota team. Yeah, they down by 5.
Actually, John, I forgot to ask you, John. Are you going to be at the park tomorrow? If you could reply in the chat, would be great.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Next up, do you think they will paint the Skyway Cars for the 50th? I don't see why they wouldn't. I think it'd be cool to see the classic Great Adventure logo return. I have it up there in my room, not getting it down, but I think it'd be cool to see that come back. Any comments?
I don't
whatever
think...
like 50th logo they have.
Yeah,
I think they should make a custom 50th logo.
Yeah,
with the original Great Adventure logo.
Yeah, something with the hot air balloon.
Do they still have the rights to that?
I imagine.
I don't know if it expires.
Well, they did use it on the side of the Deja Vu cars. That was 10 years ago. So it was just about 10. No, a little over 10. But either way, they've used it in relative recent history, so I imagine they still have the ability to use it.
Right. All right.
I like that idea with the 50th. I mean, with the old logo.
Yeah. Is just jumped. Is anyone going to visit Mr. Toro at Justice League on Sunday? We'll definitely make the effort to visit him. Right, Tom?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Six Flags New England will open a new coaster after or during 2024 where Goliath was? I have a feeling New England's going to get gypped again. I don't know. I just have that weird feeling. I think they definitely need it. It's been a while since they got a new coaster. Now, last one was what, Joker in 2017?
I think 2025 is their year.
I hope just for their sake, they really need something. I feel like Wonder Woman might not be open tomorrow because of the winds. I don't know if Wonder
Maybe.
Woman's really prone to that. Do you guys know?
It's open in the winter. I don't see why that'd be a problem.
Yeah, Sky Screamer I could see being closed. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Is Extreme Flight returning?
I don't know. I really hope it does because I love Extreme Flight.
I believe it was because on like the ride approvals, they had that listed as one.
Extreme Flight specifically?
No, there was just something separate from Sky Screamer listed similar to it. I'll find what it was and let you know.
Okay. Ace, will you be taking pictures with your fans tomorrow? That wasn't me. I just want to preface, that wasn't me asking you that. That was a chat question.
I don't know. Nobody really asked me to take any pictures.
Well, if they did, would you say yes?
It's a possibility. It all depends on if it's raining or not. I don't know how the weather's going to be tomorrow.
Would the rain
take a picture indoors?
Would the rain affect the photos?
Well, it's not going to be a pretty sight with the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No rain.
Let's see how the day goes.
I guess so. Well, you guys heard his answer. In case any of you fans are out there, I literally just saw a Great Adventure ad on my TV. I saw a Great Adventure.
The technology is listening.
I got a good question for you, Colin. Are you
Yeah,
on
Ace.
one of the commercials?
What was that?
Are you at the beginning of one of the commercials going so fast? I might have seen you on a commercial. And then
You might have. I mean, if you saw me in a bright orange shirt on Medusa, that's probably me.
Oh, okay.
I am in the commercial footage for that.
Yeah, I gotta look into it more. The new commercials they have for Great Adventure.
Right. History Museum returning for the 50th. Tom, is it?
I do not have any leads on that at this time, and I am pretty sure that would be up to the park. I hope they decide to do that because it was really cool the first time around. I hope we get it again.
Right.
You know what would be cool if they did indeed. It's one of my wishes. I don't want them to take the parachute tower down. Have the observation tower similar to what Magic Mountain once had, that's no longer operating, and have all the stuff up there. That would be really nice.
Right.
Like the memorabilia stuff. The museum, excuse me.
Let's see. Everyone subscribe right now.
Done.
I second that statement. Everyone subscribe right now. Yo, I'm gonna go to Great Adventure midweek. You gonna be there or just Saturday? I'll be there this weekend, and then my spring break doesn't start until Good Friday. So, yeah. Have you been on Tron at Magic Kingdom? No. Are the trains comfortable? Looks like they were designed for people that, how do I say this? They're designed for people with a body type that are living in China as opposed to the people with the body types that live in America. I don't really know how else to word it, but I think you guys know what I mean. People in America typically are on the larger side than those in Shanghai and, China. So that's, that should be everything I have to say about that one. Let's see. Now, if only they brought back the peppermint ice cream. Peppermint ice cream was incredible at Great Adventure last year, and I've received the unfortunate confirmation that it is not returning.
What?
It's gone.
Oh,
It's
that's
gone.
brutal.
I know. That was my favorite snack of last year. It was so underrated, and it was only there for like a week. Very unfortunate.
It was the best week of all of our lives, I'm sure.
It was. Ace, how do you feel about that?
It's a blunder.
Yeah, I remember that weird shape ice cream I had that one day.
Interesting ice cream too. So different, peppermint.
Yeah. Great Adventure needs to update the map on the app. That rhymes.
Yes.
And yes, they do.
They've needed to update that thing for years.
They've needed to update it since Jersey Devil was announced. This is still the 2019 map. It's kind of crazy, actually.
We got through a pandemic before they could update their
Actually,
map.
is it the 2018 map?
It's the
Because
2018
El Diablo
map.
is still on there.
It's the 2018 map.
It's the 2018 map. Go figure.
Yeah.
Because Wonder Woman's not even on there, is it?
No.
No.
Oh my god. Yeah, they got to update that. That's pretty brutal.
I think for the 50th they will. I think they're just going to take it off here again.
I think it shouldn't take them more than a week to figure out how to do that. But I digress. Let's move on. Let's see. Will Screen Break be like Halloween in the park? Well, it's like Fright Fest. It's basically Fright Fest during spring break. That's really all there is to it. It's much smaller than Fright Fest. It's only a little bit, a little bit of trails, 2 trails, and I believe King Ka, Superman, Green Lantern, and then all the upcharge attractions. And what's really nice is that all the upcharge attractions are included with Screen Break admission. So essentially, if you have a pass, right, you go to guest relations, you get your Screen Break wristband, and you get immediate access to all the upcharge attractions for free. So if you want to experience Slingshot, Daredevil Dive, and the Great American Road Race, and you never have before and you don't want to pay, that's your time to do it. At least from what I've been told, that's the situation there. Can't believe reckless employees are giving out such confidential info. Obviously, this isn't the way to be a model Six Flags employee.
What's he even talking about?
Sure. I don't know what this is in reference to, Jangles, but we're just going to continue.
Okay.
Let's see. Zumanjaro could be rethemed as an observation. No. Zumanjaro is awesome. They don't need to make it an observation tower.
No.
Let's see. They can convert the parachute tower to an Intamin second gen drop tower or they don't need to though. They already have Zumanjaro. I think it'd be better to just convert it to what's it called? A
like
observation tower.
Like the Kisses observation tower or something like that.
Exactly.
Colin, can I bring up a topic we haven't talked about yet, actually?
Is it Six Flags America?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to pull up the map. So give me a
Curl.
second because I'm actually going to turn this into a highlight. So let me just pull this up real quick. This is something I was going to make a video on and I just didn't get the chance to today.
Also Rip Curl.
Oh, Rip Curl, yeah. All right, so first, we're going to talk about the fact that Six Flags America has silently taken out like half the park's rides. I mean, not actually, but there's a gigantic chunk of rides gone from Six Flags America. Where you see the Rip Curl Blast logo, this was all an area of the park right here. Mind Eraser, along with a whole bunch of other rides, were back here. And then where you see Superman Ride of Steel's logo right now, this is all a giant kids area called Whistle Stop Park. All gone. Let me see if I can find a former map. But guys, what do you think about this? Because I think it's pretty wild.
That's sad.
It's interesting because Ramar only posted like a couple of weeks ago about them working on the Rapids ride.
No, that's sad. I mean, they're not all quality rides per se that are being removed, but when you're removing like a quarter of your park, that's huge.
Well, when you remove an entire kids section, as well as even like Mind Eraser is not the greatest coaster in the world, but when you remove a coaster that's taking up some capacity, along with there was a handful of rides over there, including the Rapids, like it's not a great selection. Like it's just taking away a lot from the park, and it'll crowd up more of the park. Although I really do like what Ramar is doing with the park, and all of the improvements look like really nice. So I'm hoping they're just refreshing.
He only posted a couple weeks ago about them working on the whatever it's called, the Rapids ride.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm going to switch to an old park map real quick, just so you can see how much is actually gone. So can you see my cursor on the screen right now?
Yes.
All right. So where my cursor is wiggling right now, where that bridge is, that bridge actually has, it's really cool. It has like little pennants of every Six Flags park, or at least most of them. That's where it's cut off on the map. So you have the Rapids ride, Mind Eraser, that I forget what that ride is. I know Rodeo. Tom and I rode it when we were there, but that Rodeo. Ride. And then there's a number of restaurants back here, all completely
there's an arcade there
cut
too
off on this map right here.
Man, and like this isn't a knock on Six Flags America at all, but there's already not a lot to do at the park relative to other parks. And so when you take out as many rides as that map does, that's significant. Like I hope whatever's replacing it, if there are plans to replace it or maybe reopen it, like if there's a replacement, I hope they get something good.
And then over here, you see this whole kids area here where the train runs through. All of this is gone, and that's a shame because this is actually one of the cooler kids areas I've seen at the Six Flags park because it was
very
really
nice.
big. It was very nice, very spread out. I think it even had a playground right here, if I remember, because I remember getting footage of Superman from back there. And it was just a really nice place, like genuinely one of the nicest kids areas I've ever seen. Didn't have many trees or anything, but it was nice and open. You could see across the whole thing. I remember it being really cool, but now that's gone, and they didn't even announce it or anything. It's just closed. And then if I go back to this old map here, you can see Bonsai Pipelines. That's also gone, but they're replacing that with their new water coaster. So I guess it kind of softens the blow a little bit. I am going to bring up the water coasters page just so you guys can see what it actually is. It is really short. I don't know if you guys realize how short it is, but it's possibly like the shortest water coaster I've ever seen, if I'm being honest. Let me see.
Hershey's is quite short.
Here we go. Here's Rip Curl Blast. It's only 557 feet long. I don't know how to make these pictures bigger. Let me see if I can figure that out. I don't think I can. No. But
Can you just click on it?
It looks like you drop, you go through a turn, drop again, go through a turn, go up a little hill, go through a helix, and that's it. It is incredibly short.
Can you click on the picture?
I can't. I don't know why the Six Flags website is like this.
So what I'm thinking, because they had posted that they are working on the rapids and that the Hurricane Harbor map used to be on there, I would not be surprised if a new map is released around Memorial Day. And like Great Adventure, they have sections of the park closed until that point in the day. Now, I'm not sure about Mind Eraser because I'm pretty sure I've heard that might not be staying.
I think it's getting taken out, and I can totally see an SNS free spin going right there.
Yeah, but I feel like the rapids will, and maybe the other kids area will open up around Memorial Day, and but that's just speculation. But I would not be surprised if they have some sort of map with Hurricane Harbor, because it would be a little confusing if there's just no map of Hurricane Harbor that exists, because it's within Six Flags America technically, especially with the new ride coming. I'm assuming they just haven't animated that on a map. So once they animate that on the map, I think we'll see that and a refreshed Rapids area come. Kind of like how Frontier Adventures is closed until Memorial Day, along with the log flume. That area could open once they get more staff.
See, but then the problem I have with that is that Great Adventure, their map still has all the rides that are closed on it. So if that's what Six Flags America is doing, then that doesn't line up with what the other parks are doing, because you look at Great Adventure's map here, if I zoom out, and everything's here. There's Toro, there's Medusa.
Well, Six Flags America probably knew about this like mid last year because they had closed those sections a long time ago.
There were rumors of Mind Eraser closing last year, even in the summer. I mean, it was open. I went last May, and I got to ride it. Maybe that was the last time I ride it, but it was open at least that far into the year. But I know not too long after.
I don't even think Mind Eraser's on the app anymore.
I think
no, they took it off, I believe.
My thought is that at Great Adventure, where they're closing Frontier Adventures, nothing there is actually like being removed, other than possibly Best of the West not reopening. But
that would be a shame.
That's a shame if that happens.
But at Six Flags America, it's maybe not up in the air to the park. They know what's happening, I'm sure, with what's staying open and what's closing. But the area will probably look pretty different whenever it does end up reopening. So they might just not have updated it on the map.
Right. But, I mean, I think Six Flags America, they're definitely going to need some investment very soon. And unfortunately, I say unfortunately, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Roar is getting retracked, well, at least some retracking. Ramar, he's the GM, right?
Yes.
He posted on Instagram an update of Roar, I believe, and it had new tracking. What's unfortunate about that is that means there's probably going to be even more years now that Roar doesn't get RMC'd. I remember a few years ago, I don't remember who it was. It must have been the current GM or the current president of Six Flags America at that time, said that Roar was planned to be RMC'd eventually, which is very vague, but it was in talks. And of course, Roar's sister coaster at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, Joker, well, now Joker, was RMC'd in 2016. So I think really Six Flags America needs Roar to be RMC'd desperately. because
all
Six
we know,
Flags is
though-
not going to put a giant ride in otherwise. They're not going to get like a Jersey Devil Raptor or a Vekoma or anything, not a B&M either, because there's no reason to invest that kind of money into this park. But I could see them RMCing Roar, but now they're retracking it and giving it some TLC. That means they're not going to RMC it for at least 2 years, in my opinion.
But for all we know, it could not have been able to run this year if they didn't retrack it, and maybe they want to RMC it like soon, but
That's
they still
true.
want it to run for the year because of look how much they closed.
Yeah, I mean, someone commented too that Six Flags America needs help. Yes, I think the new GM has some really great ideas. It's so cool to see someone in that position who obviously cares a lot personally about the park. But then the problem you run into is what can the park do, like at its own individual level versus what corporate will allow and all that fun stuff. So it's sad, but I think at the very least there's a level of passion in the immediate park leadership, which is a great first step.
But what's
So I think
happening
they're
to
addressing
Bonsai?
it.
What's happening to Bonsai?
Bonsai's gone.
Yeah,
You know,
Bonsai's
like,
gone.
They took it out piece by piece, though. It's not headed to the scrapyard. There's no way.
Well, it's
still
probably going
taking-
to get relocated.
Maybe.
I don't know which park, though. I think Great Adventure could use it.
Isn't that not like it's not that old, right? When did that
No,
go?
it's
in?
only like 10 years old.
From the 2010s.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it can be removed, like or relocated rather. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Ace, what do you think about all this?
I think it's despicable. It's bad enough that the park is small enough, but now you take away 25 to 30% of the park. It's like it's terrible.
Yeah, I mean that park is small. I walked in last season
Telling you.
on my way back from King's Dominion just to get one ride on Superman, and I was in and out in like 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I go there to eat and get on like 3 coasters mainly. Of course, Superman, Roar, and the Wild One, because those are the 3 best coasters in the park. And I'm out. I'm usually out within an hour or 2. And this is
You think
before.
Roar is one of the top 3 at the park?
That's all they have. They don't have nothing really. The Joker's Drinks is okay, but so a lot of times it's not open. But the wooden coasters are usually open, and of course Superman.
I'd say their
Yeah.
top 3 is Superman, Batwing, and then Joker's Jinx and Wild One are pretty neck and neck.
See, the best ability is availability, and the Batwing is not always open. Of all the years I've
No.
gone, it's usually closed.
I mean, it was closed for me in 2018, but it was open
Yeah.
for most of the day in
little better.
2021 when I went.
Back in the days, it used to open like 3 or 4 years ago. It used to open specifically at 12. You know, it was never open during the opening time at 10 o'clock or 10:30.
Right. Well, bottom line is about this whole Six Flags America situation is that it's pretty unfortunate to see such a significant portion of the park just literally cut right off. I guess we'll have to see what winds up developing as a result of this, but there you go. The Six Flags America's 2023 park map completely missing Mind Erasers area as well as Whistle Stop Park.
Mm.
So we're going to move on from that and continue down with the questions. That will be turned into a stream highlight.
I have one thing, Colin.
Yeah.
Unrelated to that, more about Great Adventure. I was just looking through the website to look at what the dining options are and what the meal plan options are.
Is it that everything is on the meal plan now?
Everything seems to be listed as the meal plan. However, the thing that I'm noticing is that there's a new thing called the Mega Meal Deal listed with the Dining Pass. It says Dining Pass / Mega Meal Deal accepted. Now, there is no Mega Meal Deal available to purchase, but that's definitely not something that's ever been on there before.
That's interesting.
That's convoluted. That's convoluted. We don't know what the heck is going on there.
Now, I don't think everything is going to be on the dining plan like it says, because that really wouldn't make sense, but it'd be nice. It's like it says 6 Below, the new ice cream will be on dining plan. Although 6 Below, I'm not totally sure what they're going to have, because on here it says it's listed as having Dippin' Dots and Icy.
I hope it's like actual ice cream rather than
ice cream.
Well, I don't think it's going to be ice. I don't think it's going to be ice cream, only because the new Shore Eats funnel cake factory is listed as having ice cream, while
Well-
6 Below is only Dippin' Dots and Icy.
Hopefully,
What's
it's
the-
more
wait.
than.
Jack, can you send me real quick the link you're looking at so I can pull it up on the stream?
Yeah, no problem.
You
I
can
just
do
hope it's
email
more
people.
than the borderline freezer burnt vanilla and chocolate soft serve that you guys were so high on
You know,
last year.
Did Pat
Hey, it was
go
good.
down again?
I don't know if it was that good.
you know what? My godmother's right. That ice cream sucks. That soft ice cream, I'm done
It
with it.
does. Thank you.
And let me tell you something. What really makes me apoplectic, every Six Flags I've been to in the last couple of well, since the Saloon Basoo ice cream deal, has the 6 Below ice cream. Six Flags America with the shakes, Six Flags New England, Six Flags Magic Mountain, Six Flags Great America. We don't got a damn thing. What the hell's going on with that part? Then they want to add cookies and cream and butter pecan with that being slashed out the dining pan. How about that? Damn it. I'm like, bring it back. Give us back our 6 Below. Because that's terrible. I think it's reprehensible. Taking away our ice cream. He should be ashamed of he should be ashamed of himself.
I know.
So I hate it. I really detest it.
Well, I'll let Salim know that that's how you feel about the ice cream.
Yeah, get our ice cream back. Our cookies and cream and butter pecan. That hard ice cream is good. It's really good. I miss
I think
it.
it's still there, but
have
it wasn't meal
page
plan
Jack
eligible.
was
Yeah, we
talking
need
about.
it on there. Yeah.
I have the page Jack was talking about
Wow.
pulled up, and I didn't actually get to look at this page yet, but Best of the West is listed as open for exclusive events. That is like the most vague thing I've ever seen. So I guess we'll have to see what happens there.
Mhm.
I have a feeling it'll be like maybe like a summer vibes special thing once the summer season runs around.
Where is everything? What the heck? All right, there we go. Here's 6 Below. Okay, that's unfortunate. Yeah, Dippin' Dots and Icy.
You can't even
So is
stop
Six
it.
Flags Funnel Cake the store we always go to over by Devil at the Seaport Eats place?
There's a funnel cake stand there. Or did they turn that into a bar?
Sugar Shack
Was that
doesn't
what
have ice cream
became
anymore.
the bar?
Well, yeah, there was a bar, but it does
No,
say
there was
now
funnel
there's
cake and it's the bar.
yeah
I
now
don't know.
now it's a bar, but maybe they're bringing a funnel cake place back, replacing either the Dippin' Dots or the ice cream
Maybe.
place that's there.
And then the gyro place in Golden Kingdom Outpost became funnel cakes as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Sugar Shack also doesn't have ice cream now.
That really aggravates me because
The-
Sugar Shack used to have the best ice cream in the park.
The flavor
it's
burst ice cream is
Dippin'
so
Dots.
good, especially
was
when you
really
got
good.
the rainbow swirl. That was one of the best.
I
ice
always
cream
used to
options.
do blue raspberry and strawberry. That was my jam.
I'd get bubblegum and mint too.
They
And
still have
if anyone was
Excuse me,
wondering, all of this is listed in the app as well. It's the same exact information showing like Best of the West being open for exclusive events.
What's the Nitro Coke cart?
they-
I think that's just the little Coke stand over by Nitro,
Oh,
They
the
still
Phil
have
the
that
Thrill
just
shop.
past
Yeah.
6 Below or right. Regis,
Yeah,
whatever
that's
you want.
that Phil the Thrill stand.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
sometimes open.
Yeah,
do they still have that ice cream with the different flavors like strawberry and all
No, that's
the
long
They haven't
gone.
had that for
That's
a
long
few
gone.
seasons.
wow, that was awesome.
Yeah. Also, something I think is really odd. So this is called Six Flags Funnel Cake by Seaport. This is called Six Flags Funnel Cake Factory. It's a one-word difference, and they have two separate listings. And then this supposedly doesn't serve ice cream, even though both, well, at least the one on Main Street definitely does. So they get ice cream from there all the time. And then this one doesn't sell cookies or brownies, which I'm pretty
Here's
sure
my
it does.
opinion. We are reading into these listings way too much. We're overanalyzing because what the website says will probably wind up being different from what's actually there. 6 Below might actually wind up having regular ice cream because it's just so wildly inconsistent. It's awful, but I mean, we know this.
Right.
I'm gonna do my best tomorrow to take a picture of any menu I can get to, and I'll try to compile it into some post or send it to Colin to make a video with all the menus. But we'll keep you guys updated.
I also
Someone
just
mentioned
noticed
the
Shore
McDonald's.
Eats Funnel Cake Factory. This, I don't even know what this is. I guess
Yeah.
we'll find out about that too. Did that exist?
I don't think so.
I guess this is new too. I love that picture too.
Yeah, just the top of the guy's face.
Yeah, let's not see whatever he's eating.
According to the map, it's like It's here.
Well, there's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, I know, but it's in that where like the Totally Kickin' Chicken is.
Let's see, is it on here? Shore Eats funnel. That's gonna be 34. Oh yeah, Shore Eats. Well, it's called something different on here. Shore Eats and Treats.
Oh, of course.
That's fun. Wow. There's Six Below though. Six Below even has a little logo on the map here. You can see that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's that. I guess. I guess we'll find out for sure about all this tomorrow. But that's definitely something to watch. There's gonna be a lot of food changes tomorrow. I think.
And you know what's sad? To
What's
end
sad?
2022, you guys are right. You know what happened to me? I've got the short end of the stick. I got 3 raw burgers. I kid you not. And I had to complain. It happened 2 times in one day. 3 raw fat burgers, and it just fell off. It really did. Fat burger was the best, and then it just became the worst. It was atrocious.
I don't know if I'd say it was the worst, but it definitely took a dip.
No,
in
at the
quality.
end. No, at the end. Even you guys didn't even like it much at the end. It was horrible at the end.
I was going toward the end of the season. I was going for the hog burger from Jersey Devil Barbecue. That was really good.
Oh,
That
okay.
was really good. That was good.
You ever tried hog burger, Colin?
No.
Okay.
I really hope though that they have brought Fat Burger back to its former glory for the start of the season because that easily, when it opened, was the best burger in the park.
It was.
It was because you had the general manager of Fat Burger there for the first month and a half. That's why.
You started off like at the apex of an A+. Would you concur, Colin?
I would concur.
Then you go down to D+ territory, F territory by
so apoplectic. It really is.
I was apoplectic too to get that raw burger. I had to wait. And then my man Joseph gave me something. He gave me a better burger.
And as you alluded to, the burgers just slowly took a dip in quality. It was erroneous.
It's unbelievable. For you and your father to say it was terrible, yeah, it was bad at the end.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. If I can figure out where we were. Let's see. We are right here. Do you think that Six Flags Great Adventure will get a B&M dive coaster for its 50th anniversary? I think it will be a big coaster. I don't know if it's a dive. I think there's definitely a few things it's bouncing between. Although right now I'm feeling a little hopeless, thinking we might not get anything. But I think if we do get a coaster, it'll be a B&M dive, a Giga, or a Premier multi-launch. That's what I'm thinking. What do you guys think?
I'm guessing between those two, the Giga and the multi Premier, the multi-launch Premier.
Yeah, I hope we get something. Well, at this point, I feel I'm with you, Colin. I will feel lucky if we get anything, but I think there'll be a push.
I'm nervous about the Giga happening now because I feel like something would have just maybe not like a huge startup, but like just some kind of slow startup at this point. But there's nothing. Even a dive, I'm a little nervous about at this point, so I really don't know. But hey, Jersey Devil didn't start till November, so anything could happen.
Right. Next up, I think Frontier Adventures closed until Memorial Day weekend because maybe they may do fixed themed area and start demolishing concert area for maybe. I don't know.
I think we're overanalyzing. I think it's really just staffing.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think it's definitely just staffing, especially because the arena is still just like listed on the map as a place. But who knows?
Right. Clearly, like if you look at Six Flags America's app, I mean, we don't know that there's plans to get rid of Mind Eraser, but
yeah,
they removed that from the map.
Yeah.
Amid rumors of it being torn down. They're unconfirmed rumors, but like they removed it from the map.
Yeah.
Next up, let's see. Why is Green Lantern's loop yellow and everything else is green? So originally the coaster was completely painted green. I actually thought originally that they kept the yellow loop as tribute to Chang, but it's not. They did that because they literally, I guess, wanted to add the parallax theming element because it was all green at some point.
No,
so
actually, knowing DC's theming and a little bit of DC background, his ring is green, and the only thing that could stop it, I think, is like some kind of yellow ring or something
Yes,
like that.
the yellow ring of fear.
Yeah.
Or that. You said Parallax, right?
And
Parallax.
Parallax, yeah, that makes sense.
one of the corkscrews was originally going to be the yellow part of the ride, but then they decided to change the yellow part to the green. There's actually, I know on Great Adventure History and some early pictures of Green Lantern, it's like the corkscrew that goes directly over one of the pathways was yellow, and then the loop was green.
Well, now I'm gonna look.
Yeah, I'm gonna look too. Now I'm curious.
I haven't seen that either.
I read something about it.
Let me see. All right, let me start streaming the screen for you guys if I can find.
Oh, cool. I see a spotlight for Media Day.
All right, let's keep going down here. Also, if you guys don't know what website I'm on right now, this is Great Adventure History.
Yes,
by
it
far
is.
the best Great Adventure related site out there. It's so good.
Yeah, I can tell. That's a beautiful site.
Spotlight.
So that's a great site for Great Adventure. Because every coaster
Jack, where on the site did you find it?
I don't know. This was a while ago. I'll look and I'll
look at construction pictures. I think.
Yeah, it's
I don't
not.
know, Jack.
It's not in Media Day because it
was painted by then.
Did you just click on roller coasters?
No, I know they have a tab for construction. I believe so.
That's what I thought at least.
Well, here's Batman. Wait, no, that's not it. Now I'm confused.
Oh, construction up above.
Oh, there it is.
I thought so.
Yeah, I was like, I know it's there.
No, but that's not Green Lantern on there.
No, I'm not seeing Lantern in here.
I don't know. If I find it, I'll.
It's not in later park editions.
No.
No.
Really? And
That's
then you already clicked on roller coaster.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, look, when I go to Green Lantern, it's just the Media Day highlight.
Interesting.
I will find it because I'm almost certain that it was there.
No, I think he's right. I think it was there.
Because also that part's really wearing out, and you can see the yellow under the track too.
Right. Now I'm going to try to find this. Now I'm really curious.
It was like it's become like a lost.
Oh, I found it.
Oh,
Yep.
So much for that.
I found it too.
Where is this?
I found it on Wikipedia. Here we go.
Wikipedia.
Look at that.
Yep.
That's actually sick.
I think that would have been cooler, to be honest.
That would have been cooler.
Yeah.
I don't know, but now you got the parallax cutout going into the loop. Sometimes it's misting.
I hope parallax comes back when they repaint
that track.
I feel like it would have been cooler
so
if they just
clean
did
back then.
If they did every inversion yellow.
Yeah.
I think that would have looked really cool.
Or just the top of the inversion almost. That'd be cool.
Well, and they had like an actual fade in and out of it too at the bottoms.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Fun time.
Let's see. To be honest, I think they will remove Green Lantern rather than repaint it. I disagree. I think Green Lantern's going to stick around because it's in pretty good shape. I know it's a pretty old ride considering its former location at Kentucky Kingdom 2, but I think they'll find a way to keep it around because there's not really a reason to get rid of it other than unpopularness. But
I don't even know if it's that unpopular. Yeah.
No, it's gotten more popular.
No, it still gets a line and everything, so I don't think that's really the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Green Lantern should have been themed to Bizarro. I could not agree more. Great Adventure, well, Six Flags. It wasn't Great Adventure's choice. Six Flags, in my opinion, made a huge mistake retheming Medusa to Bizarro because Bizarro was literally the perfect theme for Green Lantern. Because for starters, the fact that you're standing up on a coaster is really weird and is perfect for the Bizarro theme. Plus, it's literally right next to Superman. They could have even, if they wanted to go all in on that whole theme, they could have rethemed the parachutes to Lex Luthor, and it would have all made sense, right?
Don't retheme the parachutes.
Well,
and then there's your Metropolis, and then you put Justice League in the old simulator building, like over Texas. Boom.
Exactly. But
and Cyborg goes where Twister is.
What?
And Cyborg goes where Twister is.
Yeah. Oh well.
Womp womp.
Do the new Nitro names? Do the new Nitro trains have the Nitro name on them? I can't tell from the drone footage. I'm assuming no. I don't think so. We'll find out tomorrow given that Nitro is open, because I guess we'll find out how that goes. Nitro should be open. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but yeah. Will this be the last year Kaz the tallest in the world? Well, I guess we have to see what that stupid coaster overseas, Falcon's Flight's gonna do.
Yeah. It may not even be that tall.
Yeah,
if
it
it
might
does
not even get that tall.
I don't believe it, but I saw the cliff that the ride's supposed to be built up. It's gigantic. It's huge.
It is.
Do you have a picture of it?
Let me see if I'll find it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful coaster. It's also intimate.
Let me see if I can find this real quick.
They already started building the foot. Colin, have they started with the footers already for that?
I have no idea. I think it's still in design phase.
No, they have started footers, and there's active construction, like vertical
Yeah,
construction.
no, I found here's a station picture.
Here, I found one real quick. Hold on. Just takes a second to share the screen.
I'm just so freaking happy that Orlando blocked that polar coaster. That would have been so stupid.
There we go. This is the one. I'm pretty sure that's the cliff.
Jeez.
Wow,
yeah.
That's
that
like
is
300 feet.
At least.
It's huge. So
I mean, I'd love to someday be able to go and ride it. So
if it ever gets built.
Yeah, if it ever finishes, I feel like it's one of those parks that could get so much money poured into it and then just never end up opening.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Yeah, didn't that happen to like Six Flags Japan?
There was a Six Flags for
Dubai.
Dubai, yeah.
Oh, it was Dubai.
Oh, guys, whatever happened? Where did the polar coaster go? Did it ever go into design phase or never happened? Which is great, it didn't. That stupid polar coaster in Orlando.
I don't think
that never happened.
I think that's where the Starflyer was supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nearly 10 years ago now.
I know.
Right,
I'm glad that it never went through.
I see somebody asked about Nitro's train. So there you go. I figured
it looks like there's a logo there.
I don't see a logo.
Look at the first train closest to it, and just look a little bit for the.
Oh yeah, I do see a little bit of writing there.
I think it's just going to be like a delta or something. I don't know, like on the front of the trains right now.
Right.
But,
I know it's a very difficult picture to see, but there you go.
I'm definitely with the removal of the on-ride photos, I'm definitely excited to be able to get some photos of everyone on the on Nitro and the other coasters, but especially like just getting pictures of the new trains on Nitro will be really neat.
Right.
Yeah,
that'll definitely be cool.
I'll have to be your on-ride photo provider from now on.
I guess so.
I wish they had better spots you can go and take photos like that.
Yeah. And speaking of photos, I'm very interested tomorrow to see what the progress is on El Toro.
Yes, very.
I'm gonna get
at least.
Yeah, I think from like Golden Kingdom, we'll be able to get a good amount, at least of the Twister section, see what happened there. And hopefully I can like zoom in enough to get pictures of like maybe even the valleys, which I know had track removed at the end of last season.
Are they really adding headrests to the cars?
We'll have to see if we can find the train somewhere and figure that out. But that's what I heard from one of my sources.
Really ruin things.
I feel like we'll be able to see them. I feel like they'll have the trains on site, and if not, they're going to be in the little side area that you can see.
I'm pretty sure they're in the Toro area somewhere, from what I understand.
I heard they're all painted and they're ready.
We will see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Welcome, Jamer. No worries. Let's see. I already answered that. All right. Lots of caps here. We should be there on Sunday, and Joker's a pretty fun ride, so sure.
Yeah.
Will Cyborg be open tomorrow? That's the question of the day. It seems like it's been up a lot more than it's been down, so it's probably had a good shot at being open.
Yeah, it's approved, so who knows?
They posted about it today.
But then again, like I said in the past videos, just because it's approved to operate does not necessarily mean it will operate. There's plenty of rides that I know will not be operating, like Lago Flume and Congo Rapids. And depending on staffing, there's other rides that may be closed too. We just
the parachutes are definitely not going to be open, and they're
they
were approved, right?
They were approved prior to their decision to be removed.
Technically, they can get it approved as soon as the ride has completed its maintenance from the previous season. And even like some of those rides, the maintenance is so minimal that they could just do a quick inspection on the parachutes and have been like, oh, let's get it out of the way in January. And then they made the decision to close it after that.
Right. All right, let's see. Next up, it's not roller coaster related, but who's better, Messi or Ronaldo? I have no opinion on this. I have absolutely no opinion.
Messi. It's Messi.
I'll say Messi. I'll be a bandwagon.
Messi just got his last cup to retire, right? Didn't he just retire?
I don't know. I know the absolute bare minimum about.
Yeah, you know, I did watch it. Yeah, Messi is great. He got his World Cup to finish off in the overtime, double overtime, with the penalty kicks. Yeah, Messi, amazing. What a way to cap his great career.
All right, next up, are any shows at Six Flags Great Adventure coming?
I hope.
Are there any shows? That's interesting. That'd be nice to bring some of them back because we really lost a gluttony of shows, a glutton of shows in the last 2 decades. Because your father could attest to that too when we had the jet ski show and the dolphin show and the Batman. Oh, the Batman show. Wow, we lost a lot of shows.
The Lethal Weapon show.
Huh?
The Lethal Weapon show.
Yeah, that too. Yep, I remember that vividly. That would be great to bring some of those shows back.
I do got to jump in real quick. Sammy has informed me that he does have to leave, but we'll all be at Great Adventure opening day tomorrow. So, Sammy, we'll see you there.
I will see you guys there.
Bye.
Alrighty. Have a good one.
Also, guys, I do have to make a quick announcement. I've been informed that Nitro likely will not be open tomorrow.
Wow.
That's
a huge.
Alrighty. I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Wow. That's more the reasons to really literally have a skimpy half a day tomorrow.
What is the source on this? Trust me,
I can't say, but not staffed.
You're not going to staff one of your man.
Oh my God! An ultimate shake your head emoji. Unbelievable.
Yeah. So we're just gonna.
Well,
yeah. There you go. Everyone knows that now.
I hope that's not true.
Well, I guess we'll see you tomorrow.
They could just be thinking, oh, it's going to rain. Let's not open. I don't know.
Let's not open our most popular coaster.
Yeah. I'm really hoping it's not the case. And I feel like it's, who knows? There's a lot of other coasters, though.
Yeah. Look at it that way, I guess.
Thank God we have indoor stuff. So at least rely on, let's hope that is at least.
Next up. Six Flags America are moving 2 sections. Looks that way.
Yeah.
That's lame.
That's preposterous.
Is a movie town retheme going to happen next year or in the future? They were supposed to retheme it to DC Universe because on one of the park maps there were signs for DC Universe, and that never happened. I think it went to Six Flags New England instead of us. So maybe eventually they'll do it.
Yeah, it's nice in Six Flags Magic Mountain. It was beautiful when I went there in August. Great job, especially with the addition of Wonder Woman, Flight of Courage. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I'm going to Kennywood for my first time in July. Any tips and tricks and things I can't miss? Also, will I have issues fitting on any rides there? Well, fitting on any rides regards how large you are. I mean, the only thing that might be difficult is Phantom, because Phantom has a weird lap bar, and some of the old wooden coasters are obviously designed with different shaped guests in mind. So again, I don't know what you look like, so you could have issues there. I would say hit the wooden coasters first. Well, actually, when I went there, Steel Curtain didn't exist yet, so I don't really know how that goes. I'd probably say go to Steel Curtain first because I know that's a really bad line. But Jackrabbit Racer and Thunderbolt, not Thunderbolt as bad, but Jackrabbit Racer get brutal lines. And Phantom, it's usually manageable as long as they're running 2 trains, which usually isn't the case. So just know that it's probably going to be crowded.
Yeah, you want to do Steel Curtain, or the Woodies, and Skyrocket, and then go to the other side of the park to do the other wooden coaster they have, Exterminator, and of course Phantom. Whatever sequence.
This is all assuming that the park opens, because recently the city of Pittsburgh said that the park was not approved to open, with their current
Yeah.
safety measures in place. So now the park wouldn't be scheduled to open until May anyway. So I feel like they're gonna do their best to change whatever they need to, and they'll be open. But just know that is a factor this season, because there was unfortunately a lot of incidents last season.
All right, next up, will Barnstormer be open tomorrow? No.
No.
No, I don't think it's finished construction.
No, they're still working on it. Let's see here. Is Vine Street undergoing repairs? No. As far as I know, it's just closed for staffing. At least that's what we think.
Yeah, that
And
venture.
Response to this question, same thing, staffing.
Yeah, I believe that new project, not to go a little bit off topic, but what is that new project called Adventure Crossings is killing us. It's just gutting our staff. It really is killing us.
Yes, definitely with regard to staff.
All the pies and all the restaurants. Jeez.
What if the Safari loading station becomes a station for a new roller coaster ride, and the queue actually went through Best of the West, with the ride being themed to the Old West? I think that'd be cool, but like the whole allure of Best of the West is the amazing views you get while you sit in the back and like get to observe log flume and the lake and everything. So I really hope they keep Best of the West and maybe give it a revamp for 2024, but it's not looking too good. Next up, will Fatburger be open tomorrow? I have no clue. I hope so.
Hopefully.
Ace, what is your favorite food at Great Adventure? Again, this is not me asking. This is someone in the chat.
I know exactly what it is too. It all depends. It all depends on what's open. Obviously, Fatburger is one of them, and the Mexican food. That's if it's open, And then if I can't get any of those options, I just go healthy and have a salad. Right in the kicking chicken. What is that? The chicken, whatever place. Right across from Twister.
Totally kicking chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, they got some good salads in there.
Right.
So there's some good. You got some good. If it's open, they got some good food at Great Adventure.
All right. Next up. Let's skip past that. Will Twister be open tomorrow? It's approved, right? It's approved for operation, but again, that doesn't mean it will be open. It may not have been trained or staffed, so I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one.
Yeah, and I think it's now like the only top spin in North America, right?
Is it?
At least in
so.
the United States. I think Canada's Wonderland might still have a similar ride that's not made by the same manufacturer. But other than that, they closed, what was it, the Crypt at King's Dominion, and there was one at another Six Flags park, as well as California's Great America. So,
wow, that's the last one. Just like we have the last parachute, so we have the last of everything.
Well, the parachute's not really staying around any longer.
We had the last one. Yeah, that's gonna be gone. But we did have the last one.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to put a line in the stream at 9:48. That will be where we stop accepting questions for the night because we all got to get some sleep for opening day. So
That's right.
We're going to go through the last bit of stuff we have in the chat now. If you have anything else you want to squeeze in, do it before 9:48 where a line will appear in the chat, and that will be it for questions. So we're going to continue through the rest of the questions we have in the chat. All right. So we have, do you think El Toro is going to open earlier than expected? I think it's possible, but I don't think they'll open it before Frontier Adventures. I think their goal is to have Frontier Adventures and Toro open at the same time, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. What do you guys think?
I agree. It really just depends on the progress we've made. We haven't been able to get too much of an update recently, I don't think, from anywhere about El Toro, so who knows? If they worked fast enough, I'd guess around Memorial Day, which is when the rest of that area is opening. But unless the entire track is complete, now, I don't think we'd see them open the ride in April.
I hope whenever it opens after they've done the best of to the best of their ability, anything to fix it, because clearly whatever they did the first time around was not enough. and they've been making these minor Band-Aid style fixes rather than one big overhaul, which I hope this is what this is.
Yeah.
So I don't care when it's open as long as they've taken every step to make sure that they did things the right way.
Personally, I'd be totally okay if they didn't open it this entire season and it came back next season and was completely new track from the original manufacturer, like they did with Colossus. Updated supports. They even did updated trains on that redo. But I think it is going to open this season based off what they did, and based off the pictures, it looks like a significant amount of new track is being put in, and hopefully that they do everything other than the new track that they need to make the ride as safe as possible and as enjoyable as possible.
I'm going to say it like this, similar to what Stephen A. Smith would say. Hell no. You better not open that El Toro open, because you learned your lesson the first 2 times. And the first time the incident was catastrophic, and the second one was more catastrophic. Let that thing get built the right way. And I'm sure all 3 of you guys concur with that. So go for it. Go for it. I know you're not going to get the whole full retracking, but I don't care if the coaster opens in September. Get it right this time. Don't do it wrong. Do you concur, Kyle?
I concur.
Get it right. I'm tired of this, our favorite coaster, one of our favorite coasters of all time, having this, these tragedies and all this, these travesties. No, get it right.
Yeah, I mean, we don't, like, Great Adventure, first of all, like, they can't afford for anything else to happen on El Toro like that. Like, I feel like if something happens a 3rd time, that someone gets even remotely injured or malfunction on the ride, I wouldn't see anyone saying they should reopen the ride. Even though I don't think it's. I just think that Great Adventure needs to step up their game in terms of maintaining the ride, and hopefully this time they do. They put the little brackets in last season to try to increase the stability of the structure of the ride, but then that led to like severe potholes, which caused cracking in the wood. And in the middle of last season, we saw them just tear layers of the track apart, and they just put new layers on and reopened it a week later. So hopefully this is a lot better of a job.
I'm going to really go front and center on this one. The biggest problem with El Toro that we didn't cover? Damn their dereliction of duty. They did not do what they're supposed to do. And there's negligence. It's pure negligence. Damn right negligence. And if we had that discussion last year, remember, Colin? They need to be on top of it. I don't know what the hell happened the last 20. How long it's been open? Since six? So we've been open for like 17 years. They have not. I've seen El Toro go from like that when we first met him, your dad and I, in 2006, and then that's what's been going on. You don't treat a greatness like that. You just don't. So hopefully they're giving it the nice treatment that's supposed to have, like similar to the one overseas.
I'm going to interject real quick. I've been informed that Kingda Ka and Zumajaro will be open, that Nitro, Batman, Skyway, Medusa, and Mine Train will not be open. So
at least Kingda Ka and Zumajaro are open. That'll be great, because it's been months since we've been on either of those.
That's going to be great for Mr. Ka. You already know yours truly.
Yeah.
Yep.
I listen, you give me Ka and everything else is closed, my case is closed. I don't have nothing to say. It's a drop of the mic moment. That's how I feel about it.
Ace, do you think you're going to try to get on the first train of the season over there?
If I don't get on the first train of the season, no big deal. I got on it 26 times last year at my record in a day, so I'm good. I got satiated well last year with Kingda Ka, so hey, whatever I get, I get. As long as everybody's happy. We may hopefully get a train, because you're going to have a lot of followers. It's going to be a lot of us, a huge gang of us tomorrow.
All right, Ace, we got to keep moving along with the questions.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Yep.
Do you think Magic Mountain will get a new coaster Eventually, they just love to add coasters to that park.
Yeah, maybe another kiddie coaster.
Yeah.
Hey, excuse me. You got whatchamacallit nipping at his heels. Energylandia is nipping at his heels right now at 18 and 19, so they have to get it.
Hello, Jason. You guys have a picture of the new Nitro trains. I showed that earlier in the stream. You can go back if you'd like. What was the worst park you all have been to?
Oh,
I can't really just pick one.
I can, because I've been to over 82 parks, and then it's the Six Flags. Six Flags.
Darien Lake.
No, Six Flags Great Escape.
Really?
Because of yeah, especially with the staffing issues up there. Yeah, Great Escape. Darien Lake's better because you have Superman and you have Tantrum. You have some nice coasters in Darien Lake, and then they have potential. That Six Flags. It was not only horrible with the coasters not availability, and also with the food options. I had to end up eating snacks before I went to Canada. It was so bad. They didn't have no food open until like not even 2 hours into the day. I believe it was for Fright Fest. It was horrible. I had to end up eating snacks and leaving. That's how bad it was for my meals. Yeah, it's a terrible park. I wouldn't recommend nobody going to Queensbury, New York. It's Great Escape. So yeah, that's the worst one.
I'm back.
Tom, did you hear the rides I said would be open and closed?
No, I did not.
All right, so King Kong Zumajaro will be open, and Batman, Nitro, Medusa, Mine Train, and Skyway will be closed.
That's a bold strategy to close some of your most popular. I mean, I don't know, Colin.
Lantern will be open though.
Lantern, I don't know. I don't know about your source.
Well, we'll see.
But hopefully they're wrong. But worst park I've been to. I don't know if I've really been to a bad park. Maybe Quasi by virtue of it having Wooden Warrior and the kiddie ride, and that's it. Like, there's just not a whole lot to do there, but that's the only reason. Like, it's not inherently bad. Yeah, I'll say that.
Okay. I'd have to say, like, Steel Pier was really, really bad when I went there. Oh, yeah,
Steel Pier. I forgot
about
that
Steel Pier
one.
is, like, possibly the worst park I've ever been to. Same with Clementon, but this was, like, 5 years ago, Clementon. I don't know how it is after the new owners, but Clementon and Steel Pier are by far the worst parks I've been to.
Yeah.
Clementon has Hellcat?
Yeah.
No. Steel Pier. I concur with Tom. Steel Pier.
Yeah.
Because they don't got the new. They took out the mouse coaster last year.
Yeah. Well, they're adding a
Skyrocket 2 and a Wild Mouse.
They're adding a Skyrocket 2 and a recreation of the Wild Mouse. So, I mean, hey, if they have this 2-ticket Tuesday deal, and I've been holding on to 2 Steel Pier tickets in my wallet for the last year because the mouse was closed. So, you know, if they happen to still have that when the Skyrocket 2 opens, I will gladly go try and ride the Skyrocket 2.
We're alluding to 24 season, right? We got to wait till next year.
Yeah.
Oh, here they are.
What a bummer. Are any of you guys going to Coney Island? Luna Park?
Yeah, but Ace, we got to get moving because we have a lot of stuff to get through in the chat.
Go ahead.
Are they repainting Green Lantern? No, they are not at this time.
Yeah, leave it.
Let's see. Oh, there's everyone's reactions to Great Adventures closures. Is it going to rain tomorrow? Yes, it will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about the? Oh yeah. So I've been running a pseudo March Madness for every Six Flags coaster on the community page. And I am let's just say I'm not happy about the results. So I think it's pretty obvious. I don't have the bracket up. I'll show you guys the bracket once the whole thing is completely done. But the Great Adventure bias in the polls is absolutely wild. Like, it is so far in Great Adventure's favor. I was considering implementing a curve for the sake of the other coasters because, just for example, right, Jersey Devil and Wonder Woman Flight of Courage, they're identical rides. They're the same coaster. Just one's a little longer, but otherwise they're identical. Wonder Woman got knocked out second round. Jersey Devil made it all the way almost to the end. And then Nitro beat Jersey Devil. Nitro. Just let that sink in. So Nitro is now in the final 4. It's a mess. So we're going to see what I wind up doing with that. But Great Adventure bias is insane.
So when you're alluding to the poll results, you're talking about all the codes like Zadra, Gwazi.
No, Ace. I guess you haven't been paying attention to the channel. Where on the YouTube community poll, on the YouTube community page, I've been running polls twice daily, where it's all the best Six Flags coasters competing against each other, and you're supposed to vote, and then your vote gets casted and determines which one is better.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I did not know that.
If you go to my community page once the live stream is done, and all of you guys, I recommend that, and go vote. You'll see all the different matchups.
Okay.
And since you've been to over 82 parks, you've probably ridden every coaster.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, let's see here. Trying to just skip past a lot of the stuff we already talked about. What is your favorite coaster, Colin? It is Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. What do you guys think? What's your favorite coasters?
It's Vengeance right now for me.
I'd say it's either Iron Gwazi or Velocicoaster.
Ace.
Colin, you already know we argued about it. Hey, I'm gonna keep it short. You already know. You already know, Colin. Yes.
You do?
Yes. We
Well, they
argued
don't
about
know.
it.
You got to tell them.
Well, obviously, the ultimate roller coaster, and I have to say, we're so insane. We argued about the Great Iron Gwazi.
Okay.
Okay.
Favorite coaster, Great Adventure. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Toro. That was so out of sync.
Oh no, we got to do it together. Do it again. Real quick.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
3, 2, 1. Toro.
Lantern.
You guys suck. All
You
right,
suck.
moving on. Let's see here. All right, we'll end it off right here. Will Nitro get a repaint? I think eventually, yeah. But with that being said, everyone, looks like we're ending right on time too, which is nice. That will conclude tonight's live stream. Pre-gaming for Great Adventures opening day tomorrow. The weather could be better, but I really look forward to tomorrow. If you see us, feel free to come up and say hi. And if you guys enjoyed the stream, be sure to subscribe to Hollywood Studios so you don't miss any Great Adventure content. Be sure to like this video and check out all these guys on social media. If you guys want to give one last minute plug, Tom, you could start.
Yeah, follow Toms_Tracks99 on Instagram. My goal is to be more active this year, so look out for that. Also, visit Great Adventure History. There's lots of good stuff on there.
Yeah, I'm Theme Park Picks 55 on Instagram. I have not really posted in like a couple months since December when I went to Florida, but I've been in school, so I've been very busy. But definitely going to try to post more in this season, including tomorrow. And also, you might see some videos from me on Sammy's Built to Thrill channel soon.
Ace?
Follow me on Ace Ka on Facebook.
And Instagram.
Yes, they both linked.
All right, guys. That's going to do it for tonight's stream.
All right.
If you guys enjoyed, we'll see you all tomorrow for opening day, Six Flags Great Adventure 2023.